Good afternoon, YouTube, and welcome back to Fat Cat Collections. And today I want to talk about a brand that I recently collaborated with, and they were nice enough to reach out to me and introduce me to their brand of NATO-style watch straps. Now, if you guys have been watching me for a while, you guys know I'm more of a bracelet kind of guy. Most of the watches I have in my collection that I have purchased or that I have collaborated with different brands tend to be bracelet. Now, some watches I have that are on straps, whether they be a NATO band or a leather band, in some cases exotic materials like python or ostrich or whatever, and I tend to gravitate more towards things that are again bracelets, or if they are going to be a strap or a non-metallic bracelet band, I tend to gravitate towards ones that are a little more exotic. Now, that's not to say I don't wear some of the watches I have. For instance, I have a couple watches I'm going to share with you guys today. And we're going to try to fit these new bands on one of the watches. So I have with me, let's first start off by just introducing the company a little more. So they make 3 different style watch straps. They refer to them as the Cullinan NATO Vintage Strap. Each one is referred to them, each strap, as the NATO Vintage Strap, with the exception of one, which they call the Monster Roller Buckle. Now, when I reach out to them, this is a little bit of a disappointing part about this particular collaboration. I specifically requested 2 of their styles so I could show you guys, exactly how they work. One was the Master Roller Buckle. They did not send me the Master Roller Buckle. They sent me their vintage strap, and again, their vintage strap. And so these, basically, what's a little bit confusing on these is that they have the vintage strap, then they have the classic strap, then they have their Monster Roller Buckle. So they ended up sending me 2 different colors of the vintage strap and the classic strap. Why they didn't send me one of each is beyond me, because the whole idea in a video is to share with you guys what the company offers. And what I want to do, I'm still going to share with you guys, obviously, the 2 different straps they sent me, but the part I just want to mention about this video is when I collaborate with different companies, sometimes I reach out, sometimes they reach out. Sometimes I charge for a review. It depends on the product and the value of the product. Depends on how much time I'm going to put into the video. I take each case. It's on a case-by-case basis. So obviously, if you have a company who's trying to sell a product that they're very low budget. Sometimes if it's a product that I can use and I can feature in other videos and I feel like it can create more content on YouTube, I will do it for a minimal cost. Other times there's a higher price. Generally the going rate on YouTube on any collaboration per subscriber count is about $20 per 1,000 subscribers. So if a company's going to send me something and want to be featured on the channel, generally that's the going rate. Now, depending on how many products the company has, again, it's case by case. If the company has a lot of different items that I look forward to collaborating with them in the future, and the potential for more content on YouTube to gain a subscriber base, to get more products out there to share with you guys, then again, it's case by case. With Cullinan, they were nice enough to send me their, again, 4 different straps, one of each color, the OD green and what they call Black Hawk, which is just black. And so, again, even though, and if you guys have been watching, you guys know I'm more of a bracelet guy, I was still excited to get the straps. And I always feel bad, and again, when it comes to reviewing products, there has to be authenticity. Otherwise, and there are lots of channels I don't want to mention that every time they do a video, it's to pitch a sale. And although that's part of, if you are part of affiliate programs like I am, the idea, what I try not to lose track of, is that ultimately I'm sharing with you guys a product. I'm trying to make a video for you guys in the event that you decide that, hey, I didn't really know about that product before. You discover the product through my video, and you say, I've been looking to pick up this product, and you buy it through my affiliate links. It does give me a small commission depending on what it is. It's not everything. So again, depending on the company, they may have an Amazon store, they may have an eBay store, they may have their own store, they may have their own affiliate program. Depending on what it is, again, it's case by case, depending on the brand, depending on what the product is, and whether it's relevant to what I'm sharing. Sometimes I get approached by toy companies. I'm not going to share toy companies. I had one guy who was so animate. I told him, listen, well, if you want to feature the toys on the channel, then this is what it's going to cost. And reluctant. I was like, I don't normally do that. I don't see how this is going to benefit really your channel, because most of the guys most people watching my YouTube channel generally are men, grown adults. So, you know, anyway, I try to help brands when I can. And, you know, and that's part of, you know, there's so many different brands out there. That's why a lot of brands approach YouTubers and influencers, because it's a way to market their brand, to get brand exposure. There are so many products that I've discovered myself just by watching other YouTubers. So it's, again, a great platform. It's a great tool, and I love doing it, and I love sharing stuff with you guys. And, I mean, who doesn't like to get cool products to share, right? Pretty awesome. So with that being said, my next part is I feel bad when I get a product that I just don't understand and that I can't really endorse. And unfortunately, again, I come back and re-review all the time. That's always something that when I do a video, I always come back and re-review, you know, whether there's a collaboration or not. Sometimes a year later, sometimes a week later. And if I'm wrong on this, then my goodness, I hope that Cullinan gets back to me and says, hey, listen, this is how this works. This is how the product is designed to work. But right now, I just don't understand this product at all. It almost feels like something that was sent to me that's missing parts. So, and again, I feel bad because that's never the goal, is to try to, you know, is to not try, but is to tell you guys, you know, unfortunately, I can't endorse or recommend this product. So I have my Delta T watch, the Uni watch, and I have a Boulder watch. The Boulder came on a traditional NATO strap. And I want to show you guys the differences and then show you this strap, which for the life of me, I can't figure out. And maybe you guys can help me. Give me some ideas. I did reach out to Cullinan before I decided to film this video and say, hey, I'm confused, but it's been a week and I haven't heard back. So, I mean, you go figure. So, maybe at some point they can shed some light on this. So, the two straps they sent me are, again, this one here is their vintage strap. This is what it looks like. This is the OD green. You have a stainless steel buckle on the end with the Cullinan logo, kind of in a cursive and then a diamond. And then you have two layers of, and this is a little different, very different from a NATO strap. This really isn't a true NATO strap. NATO straps are generally made of canvas, like the Boulder watch I have. It's a heavy, hardcore canvas that, I mean, will take a lot of abuse. The idea is in the field, if you're, you know, in the military, that this will be able to sustain a lot of damage. And in the event that one of the pins breaks, this will still remain on the strap. So the strap will hold that watch on at 2 points, whereas a regular bracelet, if you were to break a pin, it would fall off any other watch. So that's the idea behind a NATO strap. It's secured by 2 points on the strap, and even if 1 point breaks, it's not going to fall off your wrist. You're still going to have your watch. And that's what that one looks like right there. And I'll show you this in just a second as well. This strap here, you have 2 layers of elastic. And this is what I would just expect to find on, I'm not sure. I know I've had products with elastic before, but it's not like a canvas. This is nowhere near the durability of a traditional canvas NATO strap. Although it is stretchy, I guess that there's a point to that. Generally, you don't really need a band to stretch. If you size it or you use a traditional NATO strap, you have your buckle and your different sizes where you put it on your wrist. This, I don't know if this is meant to go over your wrist or if this is meant to just be... I'm very confused on how this is supposed to work. So let me just go ahead and show you. And again, it's very possible that I am doing something wrong. But if you guys know, help me out. I've looked at a couple videos. I can't figure out. So, and then of course, here's your other model. Very similar, but this one has 2 layers of the elastic strap. The same buckle on the end, a buckle in the middle to adjust the size, and then a loop on the end. So this one here, my only assumption is that naturally this would connect like so. Now the issue I'm having with this is how do you put the watch on this and have this be something that is going to hold your watch on your wrist? Now let me just go ahead and show you guys. Here's a Delta T watch, and I put one of the other straps on here. Here is the classic, okay, or the vintage. So I've ran it through the watch like a traditional NATO strap, where you'd run it through the 2 different pins in the back. And again, this is different than a NATO strap, so I'm not really sure how this is supposed to work. So this is the only thing that I can think of doing with this. You run it through, and otherwise you can probably squeeze the other strap through the bottom of the watch. But then once you get it on, I'm just confused on what this is supposed to buckle to. There's no room in here to buckle. Well, I guess you can force it in there. but then you have this silly way to, I just don't really understand how this is supposed to work. And on their website, it does show, when I go ahead and click the pictures, it shows this weave through the watch exactly how I have it, where you have the back portion of the strap going through the pins on the watch, and then this link, this, we'll call it an O-link, or D-link, or whatever you want to call it, with both pieces of material. And again, it's not very easy to fit through there. They don't really fit to snug fit, but they do go through. And so you have it like so. Now this is how they show it, just like this on their website. But if you were to go put this on your wrist, this is not going to be easy for you to buckle this. And maybe once you get it buckled, if you have somebody help you, that'll stay on your wrist. Maybe you're supposed to buckle it first and then stretch it, because it is made of elastic, and put it on your wrist. But then my wrists are not really large. I have a 7-inch wrist, which is, I'd say, more on the average size, maybe a little below average. A lot of guys have smaller wrists. Of course, most guys have bigger wrists. And so if you put this on the very close to the end and try to stretch this on your wrist, not only is it difficult, but you can see it falls right off. So I don't really see how this is supposed to connect, or how this is supposed to work. And that's, let me take this thing off of here, actually, because I'm going to show you the other one. So, and then this is exactly how they have it on their website. So let me take this off of here and go and show you guys the other one. This one here is going to be their classic strap. So that was the vintage. This one here is their classic strap. And so on this one, let me go back here. So on this one here, they're showing the watch, again, weaved through exactly like the other one, whereas the watch is actually just floating on here. So I'm not going to take the pins out of this on camera, but what they've done is they basically just they remove the pin, and so you're going to put this watch on the band. Actually, let me go ahead and do that right. Let me just go ahead and do it. Why not? We don't edit. So if we use a push pin tool, and I just don't want to lose these here on video, well, off video or on video. And so what they do is they basically just take the watch, so we'll say it's positioned like that, and I assume this is how you're supposed to put this on. You sandwich the band on with the push pins here. Alright, we got one in. Kind of turned into a how-to, right? And let me get this one here. Okay, not the end of the world. I mean, you could lose a pin regardless. Alright, so it's on. And so the watch, I guess, is supposed to just kind of slide on the band, right? And so I guess you'd put this on like so. Let me try to adjust this. So on a 7-inch wrist, I am going to adjust this to as small as I can get it. Again, there's a limit to how small we can go, because you want the buckle at the base of your wrist. So, I mean, realistically, if we put this where that buckle should be on the bottom of your wrist like so, on a 7-inch wrist, this is way too large for me. You can see it's just going to flop all over the place. So hang on, guys. Sorry. Should have planned this a little better. We're going to lose battery power here. I don't want us to have to record this again. All right, there we go. So, all right. So, again, that's on a 7-inch wrist. And if we adjust this where, again, right now we can't adjust this anymore without moving the watch towards the buckle. So we can go ahead and do that, of course. And let's see where we're at now. All right, so even with doing that, it's still too big. So let's slide it all the way up, and we'll try to really size this down here. You can see the watch now is almost towards the top of the buckle, which means that in order for us to put this on, one, it's not easy to put on when you have it in this orientation. I mean, I really can't even get this thing on. It's such a pain in the ass. Alright, so there, I've managed to get it on. And now, even with it on, the buckle is going to be at the very top of your wrist. And even now, it's still loose. And the idea in elastic is it's supposed to be tight and stretchy, right? So let's go ahead and maximize it. So I'm going to maximize it. And again, I'm just showing you guys exactly how they have it mounted on the watch in the picture. So even with this thing sized all the way down to as small as you can get it on a 7-inch wrist. And again, if you have a an 8-inch wrist, this will be a little easier for you. But even with this thing all the way down on a 7-inch wrist, there's still play. Now, I guess if that's okay, let's say you size it right, and you want to wear it like that, and you don't mind this up at the corner of your wrist, which is really odd to me. Let's say you're like, okay, well, it's elastic, so I should be able to just take that off. Not very easily, not without really stretching this thing out. And I guess you can still get it on or off like that, but it just seems like a very odd, and then it's getting loose again. So I just really don't understand the idea behind this. And the other strap, I mean, obviously this, I don't understand how this is supposed to work at all. I don't know if once the watch is on here, just kind of floating, hovering around, I guess you're depending upon friction to hold the watch on the top of your wrist, between your wrist and the 2 push pins in the strap. But even then, how are you supposed to, what do you connect this to, I'm not really sure how this is supposed to work. Now, their other strap, the other one they have, fortunately, seems to be a little more user-friendly and seems to make more sense. That one there has a traditional buckle. You weave it through just like a traditional NATO strap, except, again, with a NATO strap, with this particular one, the band they're showing you on their premium roller buckle strap, basically you're just feeding the strap through the back of the watch. So it's just basically a single strap, and we're feeding it right through. So we're just going to take one side here, right? Like so. Pretend there's not two. The other one's a single strap, and you just feed it through. And again, you're depending upon the roller bars just kind of holding the watch in place. That's not how a traditional NATO strap works. This is a traditional NATO strap, okay? And what you do, of course I have it on upside down. What you do is you take your watch, okay? This one's by Boulder. If you haven't checked this out, it's a beautiful watch, all brass. What you do is you basically take the strap. I know I'm going to screw this up, but you feed it through the watch, through the back, or through one of the push bars, and then back through, okay? And then you take this remaining, I guess, piece here, and you run it right through the other buckle, and just get the extra material out. And so what you have is a watch that's on upside down again. So let's try that again. Other side. I do this wrong every single time. So one more time here. Through the watch again. Obviously, you got to be smarter than the watch. Which is why I'm asking. If I don't know what I'm doing, guys, and I've made some mistake, let me know so I can make this video again. So you feed it right through, okay? Feed it through the remaining buckle, and you can see that both these straps are holding the watch. The watch is being sandwiched between the two straps and this extra buckle. And then you basically just put the watch on like any other watch. Like so. And so that's... And this is what I don't understand on how these are supposed to work. So, unfortunately, at this point, I really can't endorse this brand. And at the price point, for basically a piece of elastic at $38 for the price. And what's weird is that they say they're sold out on their website for the traditional roller buckle. They're all $38 no matter which one you go with. And it looks like the vintage and the classic are still available. And again, they're $38, which I just don't understand how they're supposed to work. And I just think, honestly, for $38 for what you're getting here, that this is not a traditional NATO strap. It's just not. It's made of elastic, And 38 bucks is quite a bit of money. When you go putting a strap on a watch, you want something that feels solid. And you can get NATO straps all day long on eBay or Amazon for like 10 bucks, made of a true traditional canvas strap. I mean, they're strong, they're durable. This is what you'd find on tactical vests and backpacks, things that are really meant to take a lot of strain and to basically keep this watch on your wrist in the event that one of these pins may fail. I mean, you put this baby on and it's not going to fall off. I'm going to put this on right now because I haven't worn this in a while. I'm going to wear this tonight. This one here has a couple links. This is what, again, traditionally a NATO strap looks like. Like so. And so, I just don't understand how these things are supposed to work. If you guys have a better idea on how these are supposed to work, maybe this is how the company designed these. I really don't understand it. Again, a NATO strap is meant to basically be put on a watch without having to remove the push bars. Push bars are on the watch, you just feed it through. You could change it very easily to different colors, different styles, and that's kind of, in my eyes, the allure behind having a NATO strap. You can very easily and quickly remove the watch strap, change the look of your watch, and also you have something very durable holding the watch in 2 points. So this thing, again, one of these fails, one of these straps breaks, again, the watch isn't going to fall off your wrist. And that's what, for guys who depend upon their watch, who are in the military, that kind of stuff, it's just a classic style, and it's a classic design, and it's purpose-built. This, I don't understand what these straps are all about. I don't understand how they work, and I think I've reviewed them with the best of my ability on how I think they work based on the pictures they have on their website, looping this through the watch. Unfortunately, I just can't endorse this brand. I can't tell you guys to go get it. I think there's many other straps that are much better value, that are made of much better quality, that make more sense. So Cullinan, I'm terribly sorry to have to say this about your product. I think you guys need to go back to the drawing board and really come up with a strap that is really, this strap, to me, in my eyes, should be under $8. And it's just really overpriced. So, guys, let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you guys have any opinions, if you have any information on what I may or may not be doing wrong. I do appreciate it. I will put links in the description where you can go to their website and check out the strap and maybe give me some pointers, maybe give me an idea of the if the company doesn't come back to me and give me some ideas on the big question mark I have in my head on these straps. So anyway, guys, thanks for taking the time to watch the video. A little longer than I normally do. I try to keep them under 16 minutes. Went to 23 minutes, but I had a lot to say, and I'm just very confused. So, guys, thanks for watching. If you like the content, subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned for more videos. And as always, guys, have a wonderful day. Take care.